Of all the new technologies that have been emerging in the market, cryptocurrencies have been one of the most profitable ones for the general public. However, how exactly does it work, and where does the value rise from? What is the principle behind the concept of cryptocurrencies, and what lies ahead of this concept? Stay tuned and you'll find answers to all these questions within the next 10 minutes of this video. Welcome back to this channel, where you'll learn all you wanted to know about cryptocurrencies. We'll be dealing with everything that relates to this concept, and we'll analyze all implications of it that may help us to deduce the possible outcomes of this concept, say around 25 years from now. Will we be able to see a world living entirely out of this concept? The question will be around us for a long time from now. Before we proceed further, allow us to mention that we are not financial advisors and are not at all the best persons for you to seek financial advice. Our intention is to analyze and have fun with this new concept to entertain you while providing you with all knowledge for you to make a decision on making an investment. Make sure you conduct your own due diligence before proceeding further and investing in any cryptocurrency. We will certainly be here at all times to let you know of the updates in this industry. Having said that, let us get into today's video. The very basic way of explaining what exactly is cryptocurrency is by putting you in a situation. Assume that you are about to send some money to your friend who lives in some other country. However, as soon as you reach your bank, they give you a huge list of deductions and procedures that you may need to complete to get this done. This process is not only time-consuming but very energy-intensive and expensive, but also makes the entire process unfavorable and hard for huge businesses to run smoothly. Cryptocurrency acts as a medium for you to get this process done within seconds without having to process any payments from the bank. In the world of cryptocurrencies, we call this being decentralized. The cryptocurrencies are decentralized payment gateways that allow you to send money in, not in their intrinsic forms, but a token, or otherwise called a coin, to a friend living outside your country's borders. It links you directly to your friend just the way you send him a message and processes transitions in terms of cryptocurrencies, which can later be sold or converted into money. This was just one among the various utilities that have come up in recent days. Cryptocurrencies have the ability to function on their own, without human interference, once all necessary algorithms have been implemented into the system. One of the key features that it can serve is the use of smart contracts. We'll be getting into the details about this contract as well as in the further parts of this video. One of the major concerns that have always been there with the concept of cryptocurrency is its legality in various countries. Being a very new concept, a huge number of people are still unsure of how safe this system could be. This being the case, it will be very hard for any individual to make a decision and invest in something that may very well be illegal. Crypto specialists have been explaining that the question of legality depends and varies from country to country. This being the case, the sole responsibility of deciding the legality depends on the government and the legislators being passed by them. In the present days, there are high chances that this concept will fully be understood and will not be held illegal, given that there is a huge investment in this sector and a huge number of people have been living on the amounts that they can earn through the cryptocurrency. Now, we'll be getting into the main question that has been revolving around for quite a while. The first one is, what fuels this system, and why do the prices keep rising and falling? The answer to that question lies in the very technology being used to bring this concept to life. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others use blockchain technology where all of them have been uniquely developed by the developers to suit their needs. There are some basic principles that need to be kept in your mind at all times to ensure that you keep working on the best investments at all times while making enough profit out of the same. The first thing that you would need to do is to choose a viable exchange platform that works well and has good customer support. This step will turn out to be very important as you realize certain other charges that differ from platform to platform. Make sure you choose a venue that suits your needs and budget. For a beginner, it will always be better to choose a cryptocurrency exchange platform that has considerably low or no transaction fees until you get started with your journey. The next important thing that any investor must be aware of is blockchain technology. It might not be important for you as an investor to learn in detail. However, it is important to ensure a basic understanding of the principle used behind the technology. So, the term blockchain stands for a technology that gives life to cryptocurrencies. Since cryptocurrencies are forms of digital currencies, it will also be safe to say that blockchain works behind them to provide them with all the necessary information to conduct a particular transaction. As far as blockchains are concerned, there have been multiple ways in the recent days to make them lighter and faster. However, essentially, the technology and the principle of working remains pretty much the same. A blockchain is a place where all the details regarding the transaction that may have taken place between the two parties are stored. The best part about the cryptocurrencies is that the data cannot be used, accessed, or read by any other user outside both parties directly involved in a transaction. All transactions are stored in these blockchains along with the balance that you may have in your wallet. As each transaction gets processed, all the data keeps getting stored in each of the blockchains. These blockchains are connected to each other, which forms the ledger shared with all of the recipients. Through the record of the ledger, the balance amount in the sender's wallet gets tallied. Since the ledger is shared with all of the people, it is called the public distributed ledger. Keep in mind that though it is shared with all, only one user will be able to access only so much information as much as required for his transaction to be processed. Now, let us look into a more skilled person trying to get into the blockchain system. Suppose a hacker tries to spy on you or steal the cryptocurrency that you have in your wallet. It will be challenging for him to achieve this because each user has a copy of the ledger. A change in one must also be recorded in the other, which is only possible if the transaction is initiated correctly. Furthermore, each of the blockchains is encrypted with very complex algorithms which are virtually impossible to hack. So, let us now look at what we saw about blockchain. Blockchain is a collection of data that are linked to each other and is encrypted by very good algorithms. The scope of creating any form of alterations in the data will be extremely difficult and will not be possible to accomplish very easily. Every user may have two keys, one public and a private one. As the name suggests, the public key is something that can even be used as an identifier. However, in the case of a private key, it must be known only to the user who owns the particular crypto wallet. We've been speaking of an algorithm in the past few sentences. The importance of this algorithm is that the data that is sent from one person to the other is first encrypted by using the private key after passing it through a hashing algorithm. This algorithm is essential for the proper conduct of any transfer. As soon as the private key of the sender is applied, the data becomes encrypted and is then received by the receiver. This data can then be accessible only by the receiver through his private key. This is how the entire system of blockchain ensures very high security at all times of the day. The algorithm used by each cryptocurrency may also vary highly, depending on the advancements in technology being made by each one among them. So that was about the technology being used and the very fundamentals on how this system works. There is one more step involved in this whole process. The miners are people or computers who will be solving complex mathematical problems for any transaction to be validated and added to the blockchain. The miner who solves the mathematical problem first and adds the transaction into the blockchain earns a reward. This is one way to keep earning rewards in the system. This system of validating the transactions is called the proof of work, while adding is called mining. At the beginning of this video, we mentioned that there has been various use cases of this concept. One of the use cases is the manner in which Walmart has been using the concept of cryptocurrencies. Walmart adopted this technology to tackle the high losses being faced due to a poor supply chain. Through the implementation of the supply chain, Walmart was able to identify the exact position where the product was getting damaged. The data was stored in each blockchain, and therefore the scope of a mistake was almost zero. As far as the question of what lies ahead for this concept is concerned, we can be certain that if not as the world economy, the blockchain and cryptocurrency system will certainly make a huge change through the wide variety of use cases. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more similar content. We'll be gathering more such videos for you to watch. Till then, keep learning.